Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Steelers going up against the Falcons. We'll have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Ryan on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. Over 1,400 yards last year for Jones. Just 6 touchdowns, but, of course, he had the big 300-yard game. However, when he was blanketed with coverage, he always opens things up for other guys, doesn't he?
He does, and that's what's benefited Atlanta's offense. Other guys were able to step up. In 2016, Mohamed Sanu stepped up and had his best year as a pro. Austin Hooper, as a young tight end, really developed down the stretch. And Taylor Gabriel, who had come over as a free agent from Cleveland, he really flourished, actually led the team in touchdown catches. But there's only one Julio Jones, and you want to give the ball to him as much as possible.
And it's complete to Jacob Tamme. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Flush to his right. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And Brandon, I think Mohamed Sanu had a nice career while he was in Cincinnati, but he really elevated 2016 in Atlanta. The most catches for himself in a single season.
59 of them, 4 touchdowns. Really a nice compliment to Julio Jones, and he was a nice compliment in Cincinnati. I don't want to say he's not a number 1 receiver, but he plays that number 2 slot well, doesn't he?
He does, and I think it's because of his versatility. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. They can use him as a wildcat quarterback. He has thrown passes in the NFL. In fact, going back to his days at Rutgers, I think he threw 18 passes while he was at Rutgers. So you never know what you're going to get when Mohamed Sanu has his hands on the football.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Trying to get it to Wheaton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Paul Warlow. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge. They get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Oh, he'll try. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 41 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And that right there has to be one of the toughest plays for a quarterback. I mean, he rolled left, threw it all the way back to the right side, maybe a little ill-advised.
That was very simply no, he did not do that, did he? Yes, he did, because he went all the way to one side, threw it all the way back against the grain, and was successful.
And I guess when it's a touchdown, probably won't hear many complaints in the film room.
Now, he'll get a plus on his grade sheet, but also get a little note, don't do that again.
Be careful. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Well, look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. Oh, the Falcons got it. Yep, Atlanta football. I don't know many coaches that would have the guts, the nerve to do this in the Super Bowl, but they did it, and it paid off.
Well, if you were a head coach, you would have done it. I know you. You have that type of nerve, similar to Sean Payton in Super Bowl 44 with New Orleans when he did it against Indianapolis.
That's exactly right. By the way, I definitely would not have kicked. After the interception, here's Ryan. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards.
Let's face it, it's tough to defend guys just in regular time. But when they get extra time, when the guy maneuvers outside of the pocket, that's just almost unfair because now trying to stay with a receiver, very, very difficult to do, and a big play is often the result.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Mr. Davis, you're a football lifer, my friend. You've called games at the highest level. You know head coaches inside and out. Please explain that one to me. Speechless. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the left. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because, remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season. For various...
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And as a defender, if you go with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. But to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
On first down, Ryan. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Teams take shots at the end zone. You got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And the hit jarred at Luke, 3rd down here.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. On third down, Ryan. And that's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Fourth down. Here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they just... decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yep.
After reviewing the play, the rookie field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Now run. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Mohamed Sanu there to make the grab. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Brown, the lone receiver, left. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, you know, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, well, you can make bigger plays downfield.
And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead
and the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tyson Jackson able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz,